What's up, everybody? It's Quack, and before we get into this video, real fast, hold on, it's fine. Before we get into this video for the new chapter, because as you guys can see, it has dropped. It's not official, but it's the same thing. Before we get into this video, there is something important I want to talk about. It's not gonna be nothing long and crazy. I really do want to get into the chapter, but it's I'm not gonna go into I'm not gonna go in depth, but if you're in a relationship and somebody comes to you, somebody you trust, like a friend, maybe a parent, if you know them, you're close with them, if somebody who has your best interest at heart tells you that the relationship is not that good and maybe you should leave, listen to them. All right, listen to them. Now, I'm not saying do what they say, just cut the relationship off and do all that nonsense. No. But what I'm saying is, don't just be like, yeah, he don't understand. He doesn't know what goes on behind closed doors, all that nonsense, because that doesn't matter. At least think about it. Put your relationship under a microscope and just think about it, because sometimes it is best. Now, not to say that y'all aren't good for each other, but maybe y'all just ain't good for each other. And sometimes you just gotta let people go. But that's it. Let's get into this chapter. Yeah, we're gonna start this chapter. I did change the lighting a bit. It was hurting my eyes, but I kind of like this lighting a little better. It's a little, I don't know, I like the way that looks. But chapter 1190, the one whose death is eagerly awaited. Okay, and for the cover art, we have a morning in Fuchsia Village. Shanks grilling fish surrounded by cats. Everything going on, Russ. Just trying to see if there's anything extra. Alright, now we're good. Alright, let's begin. So we start this chapter off right where we left off with Gabon coming in to save Luffy at the last second. So if you guys don't remember, Big Moo has a pretty vast arsenal. He's just pulling out whatever he wants. He just stabbed this nigga with, I think it was it Vohu? Or I think it was Void. And from what I read, it just sucks life from everything. So right now he's just piked up on that thing, just dying. And does anyone know how to pronounce this axe thing? Is it I believe it's like Ching Chen or something like that, because it has an X, and I don't think they pronounce the X like we do. Imu and Gabon are having a stare off while Luffy is helplessly bleeding out on the tree. The force between these two opposing forces was so great that it destroyed the tree that Luffy was impaled to, leaving him tumbling down. Imu laughs at the fact that Luffy was able to get free and immediately rushes to attack Gabon. Gabon, with his intense speed, vanishes out of the way just in time before he could hit. He's then seen holding himself in a tree while mentioning that Imu's appearance doesn't even look of this world. Nushia, who are you? Imu replies. Me? I'm a connoisseur of this world. He drops down with heavenly swiftness as Imu stares him down with fury in his eyes. He sees Luffy fooling around and doing a bunch of nonsense on the ground and calls out to him. Yo, stand up, straw hat Luffy. He picks him up by the collar while he screams in pain. You've disappointed me, you worthless piece of garbage. Having an injured old man like me rescue you? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? And I'll be honest with you, I mean, you on the ground, gear 5th, you've gone through worse. I understand you got stabbed by Void or whatever, and it is Big Moo. But you telling me that entire fight with Kaido could not compare to those few blows, and you doing all this, bleeding out of like Usopp said, stop sitting on the ground coughing and bleeding like you're about to die. Get up and get back to work. Go get Loki, get back to work. He then mentions how him having a white form and him being a Yonko should not get him over his head, and then demands him to stop being so full of himself. Luffy cries in confusion, asking the old man, why are you hurting me like this? Which, I mean, you gotta get it through that nigga's head. Gabon is fighting the devil himself, and you over here playing around. At what point are you really gonna understand that you gotta lock in? This jumping around, laughing, all this nonsense, I mean, I'm cool with it. But I'm just saying, bro, You find Big Moo. Look how freaking divine Big Moo look right there. Boy, I tell you, I love, man, I'm so glad Emu didn't turn out to be that stupid blob. Man, I'm so happy. Big Moo is such a dog. Look how like his hair covers his left eye. Like, he know he cold too. Do you intend to die on Elbath? I'm not gonna die. Just let me go. You've already been dead before. How pathetic. What will happen if you leave this world? All of my friends, I won't be able to protect them. Exactly. And what will happen to those you brought here? Their lives are in danger. The further you go into this sea, the higher you climb, the more enemies you'll encounter. Pirate King is a title that people rejoice when you die, because everyone wants to sit on that throne. Luffy continues to talk. If you really think you can earn that title by playing around, then go home. That's actually kind of... I'm gonna read y'all exactly what it said real quick. If you think you can become the Pirate King in peace, happily, and playfully, go back home. I've been thinking that Gear 5 was gonna stay, you know, all goofy. Like, we was gonna keep this Gear 5, he would just get extra abilities. But the more we've seen the Gear 5, that can't be the case, right? Thing of it is, when he used Majin was a transformation. He turned himself into something else, right? That's something I would have thought would come from the Ascended Gear 5th, but I don't think so. Gear 6, I really do not want Gear 6, but it's looking a little more likely, depending on what Gear 6 is. But yeah, let's finish this. So far, this is getting kind of... Luffy's needed this. I'm actually going to stop here for just a second. Luffy needed this. He's been running around. Egghead was kind of, you know, 50-50. He did his playing around, but he also banged on some niggas. Thing of it is, it's a little repetitive, and that's my issue with it. But he getting it right now. Gaban putting him on locks. Got him by the throat. I wonder what's gonna come of this. I really do. Let's continue. Damn it. You don't have what it takes. He throws Luffy off into the distance like a worthless piece of trash. You're just an annoying brat. Really? He lands on the ground. Emu's just watching the show. I bet he's entertained right now. But I bet it's more so because he feels the same way about Luffy. This is Joy Boy to him. And you're a weak piece of trash that runs around doing all this laughing and doing all this garbage. And to Emu, that's probably like mad disrespectful. You disrespecting his whole, like his all, you know, void century homie. And that, I mean, if you gonna beat on him like that and call him trash, I'm here for it. I'll watch. Because he seems at ease right now. Damn that old guy. Saying whatever he wants. Just wait. Gaban prepares to attack. Mantis act technique. Plum Mantis. What a technique, man. Riley would never have done this, man. He would have speed blitzed the mess out of like maybe a couple attacks. He goes in with a flurry of rotational swings. The Big Moo deflects it. Are you making fun of me? You want to kill him, right? Does he look that much like him? To Joy Boy. Okay, hold on, wait. I ain't gonna lie, this little panel right here, are you making fun of me? Like, Emu is so cold. This is how I wanted Emu. Like, Emu is such a dog, boy. Man, I tell you, I would've could. Who on earth are you? Nushia. Do you happen to know who Big Moo is? Honbami Toshiro. Which I looked that word up. That word means bone eater. What do thou know? These are the words of Joy Boy. But don't misunderstand it. We have no intention of obeying a man from the past who we don't even have any relation with. All we want is to see the ultimate fate of our captain's dream. Cough, cough. Captain? Alright, so I'm guessing Emu's time might be running out. Cough, cough. So now he's probably getting desperate for answers. That old man making fun of me. Heal up. Heal up right now. Please. Just for right now. Who is thy captain? So he doesn't know that this is Gold Roger's left hand, the Pirate King, Gold D. Roger. Emu then has a flashback. How disgusting. Why does a D end up becoming the Pirate King? Do not spread that name. Understood. Ah, I see. The very person responsible for transforming the seas into the era of pirates. That relic of the past. Why? Why is he protecting Straw Hat Luffy? Because you go out of your way to try and erase him. Isn't that the best piece of evidence? Enough for you to consider him a threat. He then has a flashback reminiscing on the times that Roger said someone will eventually be born and will end up surpassing us. We were too early. That boy is the man that everyone has been waiting for. So now we get a panel of Gabon, Rayleigh, Crocus, Whitebeard, Odin, and Big Shanks. I wonder what Whitebeard really thought about like the whole Joy Boy thing, because he really knew what was going on. I wonder what he thought about it. Indeed, how foolish we were. We might just be mistaking a series of coincidences for destiny. Let's put an end to this mutually. Wait! Gabon starts to panic. You idiot! He Z-vanishes into the air above Emu. Forgive me, sacred tree Adam. It's not that I intend to destroy you, but Bon's in the air whining in pain as his joints have gotten a little creaky. His body is spurting the same Conqueror's hockey he had in his prime, while Luffy continues to mope on the ground. That bastard, I won't forgive him even if he's Rayleigh's comrade. Stig. Before Emu can let it off, Gabon lets off his Komodo Divine Gate, shooting a blast back down at Emu, severing the Atom Tree. Emu is shocked at such power, and there's even blood on Emu. Whatever. Even while deteriorated, are you still the crew of the Pirate King? Ha! Do you want to believe in that so much? They both call upon their attacks to erase each other and finish the match. And it seems as though Big Moo is struggling against a foe of immeasurable strength. As he glares at his opponent, the Atom Tree falls into the underworld, crashing and destroying everything beneath. What is this? What? Is it Luffy? No. It's different. There's someone else. There is someone with a desperate strength. This nigga is able to almost sense life force with a desperate strength. That is very interesting, Usopp. Okay. Alright, to y'all Usopp fans out there, y'all might be getting what y'all wanted. I'm not gonna lie, y'all might be getting what y'all wanted. Though you had last chapter where he was able to just sense Luffy was in danger. Now this, where he's able to sense Gabon's, his desperate strength. But holy crap. I just scrolled down. So is Gabon actually done? Gabon lays defeated and dismembered on the ground. A powerful warrior taken down by the hands of Big Moo. Yo. Okay, so I'm thinking, right, that this is going to be the moment where Luffy gets his upgrade. Whether it's Gear 5, not Gear 5, Gear 6, whether it's an ascended version of Gear 5. I believe this is where this is about to kick off right here. Thing of it is, man, I thought it was gonna be Usopp. I thought Usopp was gonna die because he had all this stuff going on, but I'm guessing like Oda isn't really done with him yet. He wants to keep him around. So this right here, this is perfect. If you're gonna do it now. A strong fighter like Gabon was taken out by Emu in one swift attack. And the thing of it is all he was able to do was make Emu bleed. That is a feat. That is something, honestly, I expect from Gabon, right? I expect for Gabon to do some damage. I expect for somebody of his caliber to at least make Emu try. Because with Luffy, as we saw, he was not trying at all. He was just beating the mess out of him. With Gabon, he tried a little bit. Even with Loki, he tried a little bit, but he wasn't able to make him bleed. But I'm glad during their final attacks, when they both attacked each other, Emu came out unscathed, and Gabon is left on the ground. What? You can't touch that, nigga. I don't even know why you tried. You tried, and it didn't work. Big Moo cannot be stopped. But this chapter right here is absolutely beautiful. Hold on, let me just go through everything real fast.